So in this video, we're going to check out episode 3 of the sequencer basics of the Polyend tracker. Make sure to watch the previous episodes since we're building from those. It's recommended that if you want to understand all these features, to watch these videos once a day until these things become second nature. Even if you take out 5 minutes a day, you'll see results in no time. Let's turn it on. We're going to press File, New Project. If you want to save the project that's already there, just press Save. So now what we're going to do is go back and load in from the waveforms. Just going to choose any one of these waveforms. We're going to choose Add. Now we're going to go to Playback. Now this time we're going to go all the way down to Granular. So if we press a pad here, you can hear the sound. I want to mold the sound real quick, so we're going to go to Instrument Parameters. We're going to turn down the volume. Now we're going to choose Low Pass, change the cutoff. Let's go back in here. So we see here Position. Now I can change the position of where the grain's going to start. You can hear it change as we go through. You can also change the length. You can listen to how that changes the sound. Let's go back to Position. So we can hear a lot of different variations just from this. Now we also have a triangle shape. So it's a little smoother. Let's change the position. Change the length. So it seems to change the pitch when we change the length at this small size. We also have loop. We can change it to backward or ping pong. So it's going back and forth. Change the position, length. So let's go into parameters and we're going to go to modulation. Now what I'm going to do is go down to granular position and change the LFO. So we're going to bring the amount up and bring the speed down. So you can hear what it's doing. Maybe change the amount a little bit. Go to the playback now. You can test it out and see what it's doing. So let's actually change the position. Maybe have it start back here. Bring the length in. Let's turn up the volume. Now, just so we can hear the difference, so let's load a totally different waveform in. Add, yes. So I just replaced it. Now we can listen to it. So we can see the shape of the wave is different on this one. And it sounds different too. So what I'm going to do right now is go into volume, LFO. We're going to increase that, make it a reverse saw. And then over here, we're going to make it one step. So now let's play it. Let's go back to granular position here and change the amount. We make it longer. There we go. We're going to turn up the resonance. So I can go into pattern here. So let's have the step jump to be 0. Enable record and just put in a note. Press play. So now that's going to just be playing. Let's turn up the reverb. A little bit of delay. So let's put in some higher notes, the same instrument. So now what I want to do is, let's name these two. So that's like the bass synth. So I'm going to press Master, until we see this screen. It's mixer 2 out of 3. Press record. We press edit. So this one is the bass. So we'll just put bass, B-A-S-S. You can see it right here. You can also use arrows. Then we'll do save. And this one, I'll just call maybe mid, M-I-D. You can also see the reference here. The keys are right just as we see on the screen. Now I want to take track 4. I want that to be a sidechain. So I'm going to name that side, and then we'll save that. Now we can see bass, mid, side. Now the side, I have to load in a kick drum. And we're going to go back and load in a kick drum. Let's just put this one in. Now we're going to go in. Let's hear how it sounds. Okay, so now we're going to do step jump 4. We're going to jump every 4. And we're going to press instrument. Make sure it's in the instrument and not a note. I'm just going to press this. So that's all done. Now we press play. So we don't hear any sidechain compression because we have to set it up. So I'm going to press master until we see this screen. It'll say 1 out of 3. Press limiter. Now it says sidechain. We're going to go down and we're going to choose side. We don't see anything yet, but right here is the limiter threshold. If I bring that down, we can start to see gain reduction. So all the other tracks that are outside of side, which includes the 2 that we made, are being cut out. You can hear it. It starts to pump the volume. If we bring it all the way down, it cuts it out completely. We can also change the attack. Make it quicker or longer. The release, change that. And then bring that back up so it's not as effective. The pumping starts to go away. Of course, we can mold that sound too. I can turn the volume down, maybe add a little bit of low pass on there with some resonance. A little more mellow sounding. Change the tuning. Okay, so let's go to a new pattern. So pattern up. Now we see pattern 2. I could have also just changed it this way. Pattern 1, pattern 2. Let's just keep the length at 16. So you can use the arrow key or you can just press the pad. And now we're at 16 length. So I have an old YouTube stream playing here. I'm just going to press sample recorder. Now we can hear everything that it's doing. Let's just record that in. So we have that. Now we can choose different options. Start, endpoint, zoom. We can crop, undo. I'm just going to choose save. We can choose save and load. So that's what I'm going to do. So it just imported that right here. So if we didn't choose save and load, we'd have to go back to the recordings folder and then choose the file name. So now let's go to sample playback. We're going to choose granular. Then we're going to change that length. We're going to make it really big here. So just make it in the hundreds of milliseconds. We're going to change the position. Let's play it. Okay. So the first thing, this sounds a little quiet. So I could have turned up the gain in the recording before. What I'm going to do is press sample editor. Now it says normalizer. I'm going to just choose that, select effect. Level 100, we can preview it. I'm just going to apply it. All that is going to do is take the loudest peak in the waveform and it's going to maximize it. Now let's go into instrument parameters, screen 1. Change it to low pass, turn it down. Add some reverb, some delay. Now we're going to go into modulation, choose volume, envelope. Now we're just going to make that fade in, maybe about 3 seconds. Let's make the release higher. Go back in here, Let's go down to granular position, change the LFO. Now we're going to change the speed. It'll turn up the amount. Let's go to playback and see what it's doing. Okay, now I can see exactly what that's doing here. Change the shape. We can go ping pong. So what I think we have to do is make this a lot longer. So now if I try again, you see the position is not even barely moving. So let's make a quick pattern here. Let's change step jump to 0. Now we're going to go into the sidechain. And we're going to press instrument and then press the second pad. Change that to 4. Now we can hear it. The sidechain is happening. Let's go in and turn that note an octave up. And press File, Open, and now I'm just going to load a file I had recently made. Let's look at the pattern. Okay, so we have some instruments. Looks like I had some drums in here. So let's just look at them. So I'm just going to hold down instrument and press the first one. So that was a recording from my phone. Shape is square, the loop is forward, and it looks like it has an LFO. It's making it go back and forth. Also, we can hear the attack is coming in slowly, and the release turns off slowly. It also is going through reverb and delay. So let's just mute everything except for the first track here and press play. Turn off record and it'll follow. Notice it has a no off, so it can fade out and then trigger again. So we're going to turn on track 2. You can hear the cutoff rising slowly as well. Now I'm going to start the drums, so shift and then track 3, here we go. Hear how it cuts out the sound. And we're going to enable track 4, just a hi-hat. Now let's go to pattern 2. So we can see, if we go to the top, it's using instrument 3 instead. Pattern 1. You can see instrument 2. I'm going to load a different file that I had previously made. On this project, I only want to use pattern 12 and 13. So let's just listen to 12. And then 13. So what I want it to do is play 12 twice, 13 twice. And a song. So here's how you do it. You just press song here. Now I had already set it up. So here, if we enable record, we can see it adds options. If we turn it off, they go away. So right now we have 4 slots and then pattern 12, 12, 13, 13. Over here we can see what tracks are being used. So let's say I wanted this to be 13 again. So it's 12, now 13, 12, 13. So let's just listen to it. You can hear the change. Back to 12. So what I'm going to do is change this to 12, that to 13. So here we are. But I want to kind of add some variations. So we have record enabled, and I'm going to choose pattern 14, but it's blank. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down Shift, select those 2 boxes, press copy, go up, Shift, paste. Now let's listen to the new pattern 14 I just made by copying and pasting parts in. So that's a good start. So now I want to add a slot of 14. So add slot. So now it just repeated that. So it's going to play this twice. And it's going to go to 12. Add slot. So now it's going to play all the patterns 2 times. So maybe what I can do is add another slot here, change it to pattern 15, and then I can copy. Let's Shift, copy those, paste. Let's just listen to it. I want the high notes, so let's copy, paste. Okay, so let's delete this slot. So now it just plays that. So let's listen to it one more time. Turn up the volume. It just loops back and just keeps playing through. So stay tuned, I'll be going over a lot more stuff. Hopefully this can help you start to write songs. And hopefully you can see how you can mold different sounds as I've done here.